Hi, back from footballboost.co.uk, and today I'm unboxing Adidas Football's brand new Gloro 16.1. Let's get the boots out of the box and the box out of the way. So first launched in 2015, the Gloro is inspired by the Copa Mundial, but comes at much more cheaper and affordable prices. So with the Gloro 15.1 offering 6 different colorways, the 16.1 generation will feature an array of color templates, and today we have the standard black-white edition. So Adidas have certainly kept things classic with the Gloro's design. Black colours the entire upper and sole, while touches of white adorn the Adidas 3 stripes on both sides of the boot. Touches of silver and pink are seen on the edge of the sole and on the sock liner. So I'll bring it closer so we have a closer look at the design. So again, just black colours the K-leather on the forefoot and toe box, the laces, the tongue, and right around on the leather-like synthetic. Adidas 3 stripes in that classic white colour on both sides of the boot. Adidas logo on the tongue is white. Pink sock liner which isn't removable, and an Adidas logo in white on the sock liner. Flip it over the sole, pretty much all black. Adidas logo in white. Couple of studs on the forefoot have a sort of grey background, while a touch of sort of this glitter silver colour is seen on the sole, and the Gloro branding there is just sort of embossed into the leather-like synthetic, and the leather mark there directly on the back portion of the heel. Overall, a very classic looking colorway. It's sort of a referee's boot, isn't it? You're going to see a lot of referees wear this boot. They wore the 15.1, the one with the fold over tongue, and you're going to see a lot of referees wear this boot. No professionals will actually wear this boot. So the Gloro, in a way, is a more modernised version of the Copa Mundial, as it features a combination of both leather and synthetic materials. The main difference to the Copa Mundial is the price. Expect this Gloro style to range around £80 or less, which is roughly £40 cheaper than the Copa. Pretty decent in terms of value for money. It's going to be very good for those sort of mid-tier club level players. So one thing to note is that the Gloro 16.1 has a permanent sock liner. It's one downside to scaled down ranges. So yeah, you can't actually pull the sock liner out. If you're a player that needs orthotics, you might have a problem with the Gloro 16.1. So true to size is the way to go with the Gloro 16.1. Or fit wise, we're looking at a boot which will fit any foot type including wide feet. So it's essentially a very universal boot, much like the Copa Mundial. It's a bit more narrow than the Copa Mundial based on the fact that it's got synthetic modern materials, but it's going to fit any feet type including my wide feet, which is always a good thing. So like on the Gloro 15.1, the complete forefoot region of the boot uses a super soft K-leather, which in hand is very high quality. The material is very soft in hand. Just look at that. You can just see it's pretty much completely breaking in. These just came out of the box. Very soft in the forefoot and toe box. It's going to provide a very dampened and sort of soft touch on the ball. Really good. So the K-leather spans just on the forefoot and toe box, with an additional leather-like synthetic spanning the heel and midfoot. So that again is another downside to this boot of the Copa Mundial, because it's not completely K-leather. You've got the leather-like synthetic spanning from this region right around to the other side and back onto the medial side of the boot, with K-leather just on the forefoot and toe box. The tongue is actually completely synthetic, and heel linings all synthetic as well. So on a Copa Mundial silo, K-leather spans the entire upper, while the Gloro just uses a fraction of K-leather like I just said. So yes, that is just the downside to a scaled down cheaper boot. And so one noticeable change from the 15.1 is the absence of the fold over tongue. This time round we see a standard tongue utilized, which in my eyes is not really a bad thing. I mean, a fold over tongue has a classic feel, real sort of clean striking surface on top of your laces, but this has a no tongue design. Really doesn't really make a difference, makes the boot slightly more lightweight as well. So with the 15.1 using a sprint frame sole design, the 16.1 uses a completely new conical studs design system. A total of 11 conical studs are used in key positions to offer adequate support and stud pressure reduction under your feet. So really sort of standard sole plate by Adidas Football. You've got 4 on the heel and 7 on the forefoot, 7 on the forefoot. All really in standard positions. Going to do a great job on firm ground surfaces. So first impressions, I feel that Adidas have done a superb job with the Gloro 16.1. I was a fan of the 15.1, and the exclusion of the fold over tongue does not make a difference if we're talking about performance. So it is one of the best value money ranges on the market, the Gloro 16.1. This boot will offer very high levels of comfort considering it is a scaled down range. So inspired by one of the greatest boots of all time, the Gloro will be a popular edition this winter by Adidas. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time.